I'm so excited because my husband has just made us some compost barrels. And they are long overdue compost barrels because we've been gardening now for quite a few years and we've never had a proper compost barrel. So come, let me show you. I'm so excited. There's a lot of mess going on in my house right now, so you'll have to excuse it. When a person is reorganizing things, they say it always gets worse before it gets better, right? So we've got kind of a mess happening here in the center of the garage, but off to the edge here, I'll show you these new compost barrels that he made. And there's the handy husband getting things ready. He just got home from work and ate supper, and maybe he's not ready yet, right? All right, ready?
Yep.
What you got going on here?
Made us a compost finally. And a nice little door down here for what you gotta still remove all the plastic in there, but it's on hinges and then it latches. And then I drilled venting all along the sides.
Everybody, check this one out. I got this just the other day on Facebook Marketplace for $30. So I was excited about that because I'm going to use this one in the garden as well. Behind our shed, we'd like to put some large compost barrel. We eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, and sometimes it seems like our garbage is half full of just peelings and banana peels and potato peels and carrot peels and things like that. So it'll be nice to be able to have a way of reusing that material instead of letting it go to waste. So we've got 3 barrels going on, and he did start the first 2 without a design in mind, just sort of went for it and realized he kind of made a boo-boo. And the 3rd barrel is the one that has turned out the nicest once he kind of figured out what he was doing with them.
This one turned out really nice.
So this is the design he's most happy with. So what he did was take one of these big blue barrels that we got for free that had flax oil in them. And so the plastic is a food grade plastic. And he cleaned out the barrel at the car wash with a little bit of
pressure washer with some soap.
Soap and water, like dish soap.
To cut the holes, use a Sawzall to cut open the hole for the lid and for the door here in the bottom. Inside, I put a 2x4, which I just happen to have handy for a stopper for the lid.
Oh, how'd you attach it?
And I just pre-drilled everything and put some deck screws in. This one I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Let's see, so we put some hinges. One thing to point out is the saw left a lot of these little plastic shavings behind, and you'll want to trim those off before you start using these for compost because you won't want these plastic pieces going into your soil that will end up in your garden. Woohoo! What was it about these ones that you weren't happy with?
Well, what I found out the hard way, when you cut the top completely off, the barrel goes oval on you and then the lid fits very poorly, so I had to put a piece of 2x4 inside the right length to make it round again. It will work, but it just doesn't look as pretty as, you know, smooth operating as this one.
Neat. Okay.
Very nice.
Well, that'll teach you for being in a hurry. And
the spacing, I don't know if there is a magical spacing for all your vents.
I saw online some barrel compost, and I thought some of them had larger holes. So we're gonna have to kind of try these out. We've never used them before. Like I said, this is a at first. So we're going to give this a try. We'll put them out into the garden and let you know how they worked out.
If you want to make your lines or your venting look visually pretty, I just use the level and just kind of went with my marker and just
Oh, you make me laugh, honey. You're so cute. What do you mean visually pretty? It's a blue-free barrel.
Some of us are fussy.
If you decide to try this at home, you're going to need some barrels, of course. And if they're plastic, make sure they're food grade plastic. If they are steel barrels, I would be very careful. Perhaps advise against using them if they had any type of oil in them at all. Because when you cut into a steel barrel, it can be dangerous. If you're going to be doing things yourself, make sure to investigate a little bit. I think we're fairly safe here with these plastic barrels that had flax oil in them and they're food grade plastic. And so to carry on, you're going to need the barrels and you're going to need just a marker, a drill, a level if you're fussy like my husband and want your vent holes to be nice and straight. A Sawzall, a utility knife. I'm not sure what he used the square for.
The square was for cutting the doors.
And he had these hinges that I showed you earlier, but I maybe didn't do a zoom in. So he's got the hinges, which were zinc coated, that he just bought at our local hardware store. And he had a little bit of scrap 2x4 that he used for the stopper for the lid. Oh, I guess he used those few screws too to put the 2x4 stopper into the top of this barrel. These ones didn't need that. They just had the hinges on the back here to hold on the lid. Don't forget to drill holes in the bottom. The compost will have to have holes in the bottom. Oh yeah, for drainage. Or you're not going to have compost, you're just gonna have a big hot mess. Hubby has another afterthought here.
Yeah, so when it rains outside, since this is all sealed up, this will all fill full of water, so I'm going to drill some holes out straight sideways and then the water can drain out onto the ground.
Oh, I see.
So that when you lift it, you're not going to have a, you know.
Oh, and so you're going to have the water draining out onto the ground and not...
drain out down the side of the barrel.
Oh, yeah.
Because the holes will be right on the edge here coming out.
If a little bit goes into the barrel, it's probably not so bad, but you won't want your compost barrels filling right up full of rainwater either, hey?
And I'm just drilling the holes right low, the lowest you can go, so the water will be able to get out of there when you want it to.
We've got some sharp pieces poking out here that Brent will probably just take his grinder to.
Little bolts with nuts, then you wouldn't have that sharp edge.
So I guess it's if people have this same style of lid.
Yeah, you may have a different barrel possibly.
And then you can just do whatever you need to do. Make it work. That's what we do usually around here. We have a spot behind our shed where we're gonna put these barrels because maybe they are going to be a tiny bit unsightly. So we'll just place them somewhere sensible so that they're not an eyesore for anyone, like our neighbors, since we do live in the city. Brent's going to make sure we've taken all the little shards of plastic out from the inside of the barrels and put those outside. Well, thank you so much for making these compost barrels, and we'll put them out in the garden and let you know how they worked out. Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed this video and have a really good night or a good day or a good afternoon, whatever time it is there or whatever you're doing. Hope you're having a good one. Take care and thanks for watching.
Yeah, bye. Good luck.